Okay, so this is going to be our final reading for group Manara, She Who Waits, Patience, Waiting, and Determination. I apologize for the lighting. Actually, let me see if I can plug this other one in. That may help. I don't know if that's any better or not. I guess we'll find out, right? It kind of looks like it might be too bright, but oh well. All right, so this is for group Manara. Oh, no, there we go. So how are you today? You can breathe with me. Think about your question or your situation. And while we do that, I have a few bits of info that I have to kind of get out of the way before we can get into the reading. And then just things like if it is too bright, it's hitting me in the eyes. I just can't. Okay, wow. Interesting. So we have Cyndi Lauper, True Colors playing in the background. Also, I forgot, this is part of what I need to, my intro for each reading. So first, let me explain how I read the cards. Number one, I read the cards intuitively. I read based on the imagery first, the traditional meaning of the cards. Secondly, I am a clairvoyant, clairaudient empath, which is the reason that I read the cards intuitively. I also listen to music as I read because I find a lot of times that the music that is playing in the background will oftentimes pertain to the reading in some way. And so as I'm listening to my Pandora right now, as I said, the song that is playing is True Colors by Cyndi Lauper. So you may want to look that up if you're not familiar with the song so that you can read the lyrics and see how that pertains to your situation. These readings are general in nature, or they're meant to be general in nature. And so if the details resonate for your life, this reading is absolutely meant for you. However, if they do not, please do not try to make them fit. That will do more harm than good, and is definitely not my intention. These readings are meant for entertainment purposes only. I am not a lawyer. I am not a doctor. I am not an accountant, and I should always seek the advice of those above professionals if the situation that you are inquiring about pertains to any of those areas. I'm going to push some studies and possibly some charms. It really kind of depends on, how I feel in the reading. I always go by my gut instinct. So if you are a fan of the charms and I don't get to it, I apologize. Do not ever try to force myself to do anything in a reading simply because I always go with my gut and whatever I feel I need to do at the time. All right, so let's get into it. Oh, and one thing I forgot to say, because I read intuitively, I always go by whatever's on the images. That means if there's a female, meaning a woman or a man in the images, I'm going to say things like she, he, male, female, woman, man. I do not mean any offense by any of these terms. Every human has a balance of male and female energy, whether they like that or not. It is just a part of nature. So therefore, when I say those things, I am simply speaking of energy and not gender. Please do not be offended. Now let's get into it. So let's know what it is that you're waiting for. Yeah, she's got a butterfly here. She's holding this butterfly in her hand, and the butterfly is lit up right, right here. That's the butterfly right there, that white spot. And so I feel like this butterfly is pure. This card talks about determination. So there's something that she's holding in her hand that's very pure. Let's see what it is. Okay, so now we have, hold on, Shut It Down by Drake, featuring The Dream. So the first song, True Colors, is talking about being yourself, allowing you who you are to truly shine. This card is talking about determination. And as I said, she's waiting for something, but she's got this pure creation of something in the palm of her hand. She's holding something pure in the palm of her hand. And now this particular song is talking about, it's someone like, he's encouraging this woman to like dress up and work it, is basically what he's saying. So he's encouraging, like, these two songs, there's someone encouraging you to keep going, be determined, to something. They're encouraging you to let your true colors shine. So it really feels like be yourself 100% is what it's saying. Like someone is very, yeah, let's get some more, let's get some kids and see what this is about. Interesting. Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And it depicts a cat surrounded by gifts that all of these other cats have brought to him, her, whatever. It's just a cat. So all of the other cats have brought a gift to this main cat here. So there's some sort of recognition. And again, that 100% plays in with the music that's in the background that's talking about be yourself, let your true colors shine, put your high heels on and work it, baby, is what some of the lyrics are in this song. So someone's recognizing you for your, like they're appreciating you for your uniqueness. Like they're appreciating what you do, maybe. Something, your purity, whatever it is that you have to offer, someone is really appreciative of that. They want to acknowledge it. You have a lot to offer, like your worth is interesting. We just got a whole bunch of cards that fell. Let's see what that's about. And then look, we've got the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. This Queen of Pentacles, like, look at her. She's on that throne. She just looks so regal. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so we have 7 cards here. I think I'm going to do a interesting. We've got the Queen of Pentacles here on the bottom of the deck, and our first card in this 7 card spread is the King of Pentacles. So, and literally in this song that I'm listening to right now, it is Drake, and he is expressing his appreciation for his girl. Shut It Down. Hold on. So this is a couple. Oh, and look, now we've got the Hierophant. We've got the 8 of Wands, which is all about communication. The central card is the Two of Cups. This is definitely a romance relationship reading. We've got the Temperance card. Now we've got Strength. And finally, we've got the Devil. Okay, so we have a lot of major arcana here. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana just here in this. So the central card is the Two of Cups, obviously a relationship. The central card is literally, the center of the reading. Everything on the left-hand side or on this side is going to be past energies that are now dissipating or leaving the situation. This is going to be the energy that is coming in. But this is a long song, so the cadence, the rhythm of this song just changed drastically. It's slowed down a lot. And I'm not really paying attention to the lyrics right now. I'm just paying attention to the rhythm of it. And it's very interesting to me because we have the King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and then the Eight of Swords. I called this the Eight of Wands, but this is actually the Eight of Swords. So I feel like this is a marriage, because that's what the Hierophant is typically about, especially if you've got a relationship reading. The Hierophant comes out, Two of Cups, King and Queen of Pentacles. This is talking about a marriage or a committed relationship that someone feels trapped, or at least they did in the past. Okay. The thing is like with the Eight of Swords, typically you can get yourself out of whatever situation it is where you feel trapped. But this is energy of the past, right? And the reason that this is so interesting to me with the way that the rhythm of the song slowed down, I feel like maybe this started out really passionately. Maybe there was a lot of like lust and attraction involved because of your uniqueness, right? But then things slowed down. Maybe the sex slowed down, right? And now someone is like, I feel trapped. I'm not so happy here anymore. Hold on, there's something new going on in the background now. Oh, it's an advertisement. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, okay. No. Okay, so this is, I was wrong. It's not an advertisement. This is Incubus. The name of the song is Anomaly, but it's really Anomaly is when he sings it. That's really what he's saying. Anomaly, anomaly, although it's a woman's name, Anomaly, by Incubus. So you might want to look that up. I do know this song, so it's talking about anomaly. Like maybe this is, it's also playing in here. So we have this situation where this relationship started off, there was a lot of lust attached to it, a lot of sexual attraction, slowed down, then you felt trapped, probably because maybe this person is running hot and cold or something. Anomaly, anomaly, that's what this song is about, right? But he's talking about how she's an anomaly, she's a mystery. So now we have Temperance, Strength, and the Devil. So this energy, which is coming up in the future, talks about being able to master your lower vibrational energies. So one thing that you'll learn about me is that I'm always brutally honest in these readings. I don't always like giving bad news or like calling people out on their stuff, but I have to in this particular reading. So it started out, like I said, with a lot of lust, and it's ending with the Devil card that talks about lust, especially in a relationship reading. Like most readers will look at the Devil card and they'll say, oh, this is addiction, this is cheating, this is overindulgence, this is, very like lower vibrational toxic energies. However, in a love reading, the Devil card it talks about like lust in terms of sex, right? A lot of sex. Like there's so much sex that it can be a little bit like overindulgence or a little bit like an addiction. And in fact, sex addiction is really a thing, right? So I actually kind of feel like what this is saying is you might, like, whoever this masculine is, that's, or the masculine energy of this relationship that's feeling trapped, they came into the relationship with lust on their mind, and they're going to have to sort of temper that or balance that, learn how to control that with, because look at, in this particular card, the strength card, right? This cat has a bunch of birds sitting on his head, and cats would typically eat birds for dinner. So this is in and of itself temptation, right? Having, like, the birds are being courageous by sitting on that cat's head, but this cat is really, really controlling himself in order to avoid eating these birds or avoid the temptation. Because look, in the very next card, we see he has killed the bird. Like this one is the masculine. He's killed the bird. This looks like a different cat to me, because if you look at the eyes, this one has green eyes and this one's eyes are more brown. So maybe this is the masculine who has not been able to master these lustful, lower vibrational energies. And so he's killed the cat, where maybe the feminine is more able to control herself, because that's what the strength card is about. It's about control. But putting all of these together, I feel like this is saying in the future, you will need to do this, especially if you want this relationship to be successful, because this is, like, very clearly a committed long-term relationship. If it's not an actual marriage, it's a, you've been with this person in such a way where you've promised not to be with anyone else. Like, this could also be part of, like, where maybe you've gone into this relationship and now the sex has slowed down and you're really having to, like, stop yourself from finding it elsewhere. Or there's a possibility, like, if you're the female in this and you're wondering about your relationship and your masculine, there is a possibility that he may not have the strength needed, simply because the very last card, he's killed that bird. You cannot deny the way that they're lined up like that. He has fallen for the temptation. So there is a very real possibility here. Like, maybe you are the one who is taking on the role of the feminine, being that what you're offering here is pure, but the masculine, maybe not so much. And it has to do with the whole sex thing, where, maybe you have valid reasons for not really wanting to be sexual. Maybe you're tired from work. Maybe you're sick. There are a lot of people that have chronic illnesses, right? Maybe you just, or maybe you're just overwhelmed or whatever. Maybe you're just not attracted anymore. Maybe there have been, infidelity issues in the past, and now you're kind of worried about it happening again. And so you don't really want your person to touch you. And because of that, they're kind of feeling like they want to go out and see somebody else or whatever. Yeah. And right now we have in the background playing, we have Better Now by Post Malone. Oh my God. So if this masculine is saying, oh, I've mastered this, because we have the temperance here, like if someone's coming in and saying, oh, I'm going to master this, I'm going to get control over this, I promise, I'm going to be better now, I'm going to be better now, whatever. Oh, he's saying you probably think that you are better now. You only say that because I'm not around. I never meant to let you down. Would have gave you anything, would have gave you everything. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So if someone comes back in saying, look, I've changed, think twice. They may not have, because of this card here. Let's get one final outcome before we read the charms. Now we have the Earth Tom. So interesting. So we had the King and Queen of Pentacles, and now we have the Knight of Pentacles as the final outcome. So the Knight of Pentacles talks, and that with the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles talks about working at a steady pace and paying attention to the details. It's like it's Virgo energy, basically. And so what this is saying, like the final outcome is really advice. It's saying, if someone comes in and says that they've changed, or if you're the one who's coming in saying that you've changed, it's going to take time. Like whoever the person is that's saying that they've changed, they're going to really have to pay attention to what they do moving forward in order to, if they want to maintain this relationship, in order to do that. Virgo energy is the energy of do it right the first time so that you don't have to go back and repair or fix something later, right? You take your time, you pay attention to the details, you follow the rules, you follow the instructions, you are careful with every step that you take. And so I feel like that's the energy that it's saying here. In order for this relationship to have a successful outcome, you're going to have to be very, very aware of, your actions and how you're moving in this relationship. Anyways, I think I'm going to move on to charms now. I'm listening to the lyrics right now, and they don't seem to match up at all for this reading. And yet I feel like I need to tell you, it's vanilla ice, literally vanilla ice, 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 baby. Like, talk about a throwback, right? I don't know how that fits, but I feel like I needed to say it anyway. So there you go. You might want to look it up, or maybe that sort of resonates for you somehow. All right, let's do the charms. So the way that I read my charms, I have this astrological wheel here. This outer ring has the signs. The next ring has the planets associated with that sign. Then we have the modality. We have the element. And in the center, we have the flower of life. So I read this just like I would a transit chart, with Aries in the first house. So any of the charms that fall out here, this is energies that are coming towards you. Whatever falls in the center is the general focus for everyone, and whatever falls in a particular sign is a special message for that. Okay. All right, so starting with Aries, you have the apple. So this week you won't feel the influence of this, but possibly next week you'll gain some sort of wisdom. The apple also talks about protection, because if you cut an apple in half, you'll see that the center where the seeds are is shaped like a pentagram or a 5-pointed star, meaning that it is perfectly balanced. And so that is the reason that the number 5, the pentagram, and the apple is associated with things like wisdom and protection. The number 5 is associated to the Hierophant in the Tarot. So probably not this week, but next week you'll get some sort of information, or something positive will come in, something that will, be good. Taurus doesn't have anything, so there's no special message for them. Gemini has: give a girl the right shoes and she can conquer the world, Marilyn Monroe. So this is sort of your general focus, maybe finding the right tools that you need to complete whatever project it is that you're working on. You do have the wishes do come true, charm in your outer influence, along with the dog. So you probably, so if Gemini has been wishing for a friend, or like, okay, so the dog will typically represent like loyalty, friendship, someone who's very someone who really has your back. So if that's something that Gemini has been wishing for, it's coming in for you probably within 3 weeks. Like if it, at least at this point out, I'd say this is at least 2 weeks away. So you won't feel anything this week, although you are looking for the right tools to help you. But this support and whatever it is, friendship, loyalty that's coming in, it'll be a couple weeks out. Okay, so for Cancer, you have the bellows. Whatever your situation is, if you feel like it's dying out, don't worry. This week there will be new life breathed or into your situation. Something will help bring the spark back. We have no messages for Leo. For Virgo, we actually have the dress in your general focus. So this is for Virgo in particular, but it can be for everyone generally. And I do have to say that the dress is actually hitting Libra as well. So for Virgo and Libra, your focus may be on your appearance. Like it may be important for you to dress for success, dress the part, really try to make sure that you keep your appearance up this week. That can be important. For Cancer, it could be, so you have the axe coming in your outer influence. So probably by next week, there may be something that you have to put an end to. The axe is literally, you're cutting something off. That's what an axe is for. You're to chop wood, or if it's used as a weapon, an axe is typically used to cut off someone's head, right? Like, what else are you going to use an axe for if it's a weapon, right? It's used to chop something up. So you have to cut something off within a week of this reading, possibly. I don't know if that's a person or a situation. Whatever it is, it's tied to this dress where you're going to have to make sure that you play the part, you dress for success, you do whatever you have to, like fake it till you make it is what I feel like it's saying there. Okay, so for Libra, in your outer influence, where you are dressing the part, you have this rose in your outer influence. So for Libra, I feel like this could be due to like romance, possibly, where you're going to really want to make sure you look good because there might be someone, new coming into your life. You also have, okay, it's a little piece of amethyst, but I call it my butterfly amethyst because it literally has a spot in it that you can't see right now, but it kind of looks like a butterfly. And so being in your outer influence for Libra, like, this is pretty far out. I'd say several months out, there's some sort of transformation happening after, like, okay, so right now you're probably very attractive and you want to make sure that you maintain that by taking care of your appearance because there's some sort of love or something coming in, an offer coming in that over time will be very transformative for you. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Scorpio. Scorpio's got a lot of money coming into their houses, right? You've got the $10 bill, and then we've got the $5 bill that's actually straddling Scorpio, Sagittarius, as well as the center, the flower of life. So this is money for everyone, but Scorpio, Sagittarius in particular. And actually for Scorpio, it's a little bit more than it would be for Sagittarius. And this particular $10 bill is landing on top of the comb, which is like a hair ornament, because these types of combs are not just to comb out your hair. This is the type of comb that you would use to hold your hair up. It's literally an ornament, kind of like a barrette, that fell on top of Pluto and Mars. So Pluto is transformative energy, and Mars has to do with like action, passion. So, when you're looking at the comb as a sort of decorative piece, that has to do with like money, passion, action, like you're doing something to change, probably your appearance, but whatever it is, whatever these changes are that you're putting in that are decorative in some way, but also functional because, the comb does hold your hair back out of your eyes so that you can see better. Whatever this is, it's bringing in abundance and money, whatever this changes. You do have the bird or the bird cage with the bird in it. And so that's kind of straddling both houses. And actually, when I see this, I feel like it's saying the caged bird sings. So take that however that applies to you. I do have to point out for Scorpio, your opposite sign would be Taurus. And Taurus is, the singer of the zodiac. So maybe you're a Scorpio that has Taurus placements or something where maybe if this has to do with your appearance and money and abundance coming in, it could have to do with like singing or music in some way. Or maybe if it's that the caged bird sings, this is maybe you telling your story in some way. This could be for both Scorpio and Sagittarius. All right, so now we're going to move on to Capricorn. Capricorn has many as well, straddling both their sign and Aquarius. And what's interesting about that is that they are both ruled by Saturn. So this could be attached to the hard work that you've been putting in. We do have the kangaroo here. So the kangaroo, and it was in the reverse. I'm actually feeling like this is about like hopping from one thing to the other. But the other thing about the kangaroo is that they'll kick your ass, man. Like kangaroos, you don't want to mess with a kangaroo in the wild. They can really do some damage. And this one is in the reverse. It could be that this hard work for both Capricorn and Aquarius, like the hard work is kind of kicking your ass. But it's also bringing in abundance. Like it really is bringing in abundance because the $100 bill is the highest denomination of money that I have in my charms tin. So it is bringing in a lot of abundance. And then you have the bird. So this particular bird, when I put this in my charms tin, this was something that belonged to my mother. And so whenever I see this bird, I feel like it's attached to motherhood, but also birds represent messages, right? Communication that's coming in. So there could be some sort of hard work that is centered around being a mother, hard work that you're doing for your mother, with your mother, something that where the mother is attached, although the Aquarius was more so, this bird was more so in the sign of Aquarius than it was Capricorn. But there's something about mothers attached to this abundance coming in from the mother. There's a lot of hard work attached to it, like I said, that may have kicked your ass. But for Capricorn, you have this key here. So by the end of the week, there may be solutions coming in that might help to alleviate some of this hard work that's kicked your ass. And then in the very outer influences for Capricorn, you've got the fish. So there's also more abundance coming in for you as well. And then for the even further outer influence for Capricorn and Aquarius, we have the heart up here. So there's love coming in for you both, or appreciation in some way. Now for Pisces, as well as Aquarius, which again, this is more money for Aquarius because it's falling in both houses, but this is money and protection. The pentagram fell on both houses, Pisces and Aquarius. So you could be an Aquarius with Pisces placements or vice versa. So there's money coming in for you as well. You're protected. Like, don't worry if you are worried about like, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to, how am I going to get ahead? I feel like this is saying, don't worry. Like you will be able to pay your bills. You may not have abundance, but you will be able to pay your bills at least. You don't have to worry about that. However, for Aquarius, I feel like this is abundance coming in that's somehow attached to your mother, a mother figure, work that you're doing for a mother, so on and so forth. So I hope these messages help. I'm going to go ahead and end the reading, and I will see you again next week for another weekly pick a card, another bullshit and the blessings, I should say. And yeah, please like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends, whatever you got to do. Help me get the word out. And thank you so much for watching.